Welcome back to 101 Sports. I'm now joined by our NBA experts, Darren Vaught and Carndale Preet. And guys, we've dove into the second round, so now let's break it down a little bit. Give me a lock, a team that is a lock to advance the next round. Darren.
And guys, this seems like a cop-out, but I'm going to go with the Miami Heat. They've made 3 consecutive Eastern Conference Finals. They play Brooklyn, who I'm not way into, minus Pierce and Garnett. Not a lot of really deep playoff experience.
I go 4-0 against some of them.
They're tired.
Absolutely, but I don't know. I think the LeBron factor kicks in. They're going to make the finals again.
My lock, I went with the other number 1 seed, the San Antonio Spurs. And this is because it could be a potential trap series with the Blazers, who have one of the best pick-and-roll games in the NBA. But when it comes down to the late rounds, with the Spurs especially, experience wins over everything. Duncan and Parker know how to step on the gas when they need to, and Lillard, he's very clutch, but he has shot some of his teams out of games. And I think when it comes down to it, the Spurs, when they don't turn the ball over, they win. Every time they went 10 turnovers versus Dallas, they won. If they went anything over that, they lost. They're not going to turn the ball over. Blazers aren't that good on defense. I think the Spurs take them in 6.
Yeah, I like that pick. Tough to pick a lock in the Western
It's
Conference.
very
Tough to pick a block anywhere in these, these playoffs.
Exactly.
It's been upset city everywhere. All right, give me a team that's not going to win this year. Maybe has already been eliminated, but next year, that's the year to really
I went
watch
with the Toronto Raptors. I think they have a very good core with DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, Valanciunas, and Terrence Ross. And they're only going to get better. They're going to become a perennial threat that I think will compete with the Heat and the Pacers, because trading Rudy Gay was the best thing to happen to Toronto, because it opened up spots for Terrence Ross and Valanciunas to really blossom into stars. I think the one thing they need to do to really get to that elite status is sign a scorer off the bench. There's a rumor that they're going to get Vince Carter. I think if they get that, they jump to the next level.
Vince Carter back to
I think they also need to retain their current talent. Lowry's not guaranteed to stay. I'm going to go with the Portland Trailblazers. Very young team. They're inked up for a while. Aldridge just renewed his deal. Lillard's going to be there for a while. Those are their 2 team captains. That's their core. They're also extremely young. 6 sophomore or second-year players on this roster, 2 rookies.
And both those teams are really exciting. I feel like they're both young projects now really developing. A team I really like, Houston Rockets team, the Trailblazers knocked out. I feel like they can make somewhat of a run last year, although this playoffs was kind of a letdown. All right, give me a player that really needs to step up for his team in order to advance the Eastern Conference Finals.
Ryan, I'm going to go with the most valuable player in the NBA. It's Kevin Durant. And this might seem like a pretty simple answer. If Kevin Durant plays well, the Thunder will advance. But amidst all of their controversies, it's always been questionable, the Westbrook-Durant chemistry. Scott Brooks, now more than ever, is on the hot seat, trying to take this team to that next step. Kevin Durant's got to be the guy to make that happen. In extended minutes this playoff, this postseason, his statistics are worse. They're still, you'll take them because they're good. He's Kevin Durant. Even on an off night, they're good, but less points per game, way less assists per game in extended minutes in the postseason. He's going to have to improve.
Definitely a guy that has to improve to keep the Thunder going on the streak that they are. But I went with a guy from the Pacers of Indiana, and that's Roy Hibbert. Everyone and their mother knows that Roy Hibbert has not played well. But for those of you or your mothers who haven't been watching TV, I'm going to let you know what he's done. He's got 4.6 points, 3 rebounds, and 3.5 fouls in the past 8 games. Where have you gone, Roy Hibbert? Where is the all-star center that was such a bright star last year in the playoffs? Where has he gone?
Exactly. So many people last season even were saying he might be the best. He might be the best center in the league. That's what they were saying.
They're facing a Wizards team that has Nene and Gortat, who both are destroying down low. Last night they both went for double digits. Gortat had a double-double. Hibbert has to come in, or else the Pacers are gone.
I'm glad you made that point about last year, because last year I watched the Knicks play Roy Hibbert and the Pacers, and Hibbert and West were dominant. Dominant in the paint,
right?
And you just don't see that
Where
anymore.
are they?
On the other side of the break, Jake sits down with our draft expert to get you ready for Thursday night.